He'll bring it out. It's Jones. He's able to work his way across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds. Using his legs, it's Bradford. He'll push his way out to the 38, pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Trying play action. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Throwing on the run. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Great job by the DB on that play. How many times in these types of deep ball situations do we see pass interference? That cornerback could not have played that ball better.
Back to throw, it's Fry. Finds the tight end. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
We're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the 1st down.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3 and outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4 and out if they don't convert. And that one falls incomplete, a huge stand by the defense.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
And the first play is stuffed, and the visitors know they're not exactly being welcomed in this place. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. Finds a crease at the 20. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They want to run this quarterback. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Keep it on the ground, and he's in for the touchdown.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He steps out of bounds just across the 20 at the 21. Decent starting field position here. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. To the air, it's Fry. Oh, they're after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. He's moving out of the pocket. That's reeled in. It's Bradford. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a nice job by the quarterback there. Of course, he's right-handed. There he is, scrambling and rolling to his left. It's not easy to be accurate when you're doing it, but he's able to put that right on target for the completion.
Now looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 26. Pocket breaking down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist, up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Pressure coming. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Zings it complete to the right. Headed to the end zone. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo.
Sprints into the end zone for a touchdown.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. South Carolina somehow, some way, found a way there in Columbia and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. A collision between ranked teams always impacts the big picture, fellas, and it appears that's the case again today.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. He might want another play. Dropping back, it's Fry. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Cruz. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That first down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down from the 16. Bring in the heat. They get to him as he throws. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. New set of downs after the completion.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust it a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Quick strike complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. 3rd and short now from their own 48. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. Looking for room. It's Bradford. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
They'll snap it from the 30 on 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
That defender is lucky on that play because he was beat on that deep route. He's lucky the QB overthrew that play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz. Because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Despite coming up short on the previous 2 fourth-down attempts, this offense will try it here again. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll try to take it back. Past the 30. Inside the 10. Finds the finish line for the touchdown. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Wants to throw. It's Benoit. They'll run the screen. Turning it on. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. They've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
Big plays like that makes play calling so much easier. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 34. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And it's in for a touchdown.
And sometimes these games can snowball. You get down 21, next thing you know, you look up, it might be 35. Nice answer. Put a drive together. Now the defense has got to get you a stop. Then you try to put another drive together. One possession at a time, try to climb back in this football.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Back to pass. Unloads to the right. He makes the catch. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Got a man. It's Wood. Good pick up a little bit short of the sticks. Looks as if they'll stay aggressive here. They go 5 wide on 2nd and 3. Looking to fire. Going for it all. And it's incomplete. Going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Here's the heat. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on down.
matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on fourth down.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Moving out of the pocket. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Benoit. Punts it out of the air. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And into the end zone for a touchdown.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's shown it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Past the 50. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. He took that baby all the way to the house. A pick 2, as it were.
How about the job by this field goal block unit? They didn't take the play off. They get penetration, get their hands in the air. You never know what's going to happen. It takes a good bounce. Next thing you know, you're scooping it up. You're taking it the other way and putting 2 points on the scoreboard.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Running back searching for a hole. At the 35, he's loose. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
Quickly to the tight end. Breaks into the open. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Caught over the middle. It's Wood. And he will house it.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Let's see if we can get something going here late in the half. Back to pass, it's Benoit. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. And guys with the empty backfield on second and short, might they take a shot here? Wants to go up top. Under fire. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Another sack. This quarterback group, not this quarterback, this one, because you're already on quarterback number 2, taking a lot of hits today. Got to keep these guys upright, got to protect them. This offensive line has to do a better job.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hand, it's George. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. On 4th down, looking to pass. Big man has it, it's a first down and more. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Offense changing the play. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab, it's Jones. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. This drive's been productive so far. Already picked up a couple of first downs, now out close to midfield. Wants to keep it in the air. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Finds a man on the right. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Okay, ready? To the air, it's Benoit. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And the defense makes a play. Finally, this is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
Fires to the big fella. He's stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Blasted as he lets it go. It's incomplete, and the defense makes the stop and gets the football back.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Offense, quick tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Going over the top. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Trying to set the tone with the run. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The give on the inside. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. Just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on down.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers. And he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time, they weren't able to come up with it. Be curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's the handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to throw. It's Benoit. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
It's always so hard for offensive coordinators to adjust their game plan. When you lose your starting quarterback, now you got your backup in. A lot of times there's so much cautiousness, and you just don't want to run him that much, or you don't feel comfortable with the whole playbook, and you can see it there.
He uncorks one deep. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
He's not afraid to go deep. Touchdown.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. From the gun. He's got it for the 2-point conversion, and now they're back to within 1 possession. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense is back on the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Reed. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. A run for the quarterback. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's 1 step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds his tight end. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The offense has it 1st and 10 from the 42. To the air on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Reed. Put the clamps on that ball and strolled into the end zone for a touchdown.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Might be calling a hot route. Looking downfield, it's Benoit. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
They'll try to find a more productive play this time on 2nd and long from the 14. Back to pass. Now he's going to break the pocket. Makes the grab. It's Bradford. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, if you're on defense, I mean, that's the way you want to get this quarterback running. He's right-handed, so get him to go to his left where you expect the accuracy to come way down. If they continue to do that, that's going to work in the defense's favor.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a convert. He'll take a deep shot here. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going in.